Another episode of Palm Beach. I'm Ben Fishman. This is Carlos Ocrela. Thanks for coming on the show. Thank you. So, I just got back from Colorado, and the whole time I was out there, Carlos was calling me, asked me about the scene. First time I took my show on the road, so it was my first time actually going out of state, finding places, and it was a great experience. I was telling Carlos he needs to get out there. I mean, there's a lot of good clubs. I met a lot of cool people. Saw some good, saw some bad, but really, personally, was a huge thing for me just to get out on my own and try to work on my stuff. So, how you doing, Carlos?
Well, look at this. I'm looking great. So, thank you. Thank you very much. I am chilling, writing and shit, bro. You know what I've been doing lately? I've just been hitting people up like, yo, what you doing? They be like, yeah, nothing. I'm like, let's write a joke right now.
Dude, you know what? I like that.
Yeah.
You did that to me the other day, and I like that because I started thinking instantly, it's like, how much time do we waste, think, oh, I can't think of a joke or whatever. We need to collaborate as comedians, that, because if you look at all the best comedians, they all have teams. They got writers, they have editors, they got, you know what I mean? They've got people that are paid to do that thing, and we might not be at that point yet, but if we start, that's where it ends up eventually, hopefully.
Yeah.
How long you been doing comedy?
4 years, bro. Since May of 2019, bro. I started doing comedy because I saw society breaking apart. Seriously. And then COVID-19 happens. And it's like, oh, you can't even leave your house without a mask. Oh, dude, seriously, I feel like if God wanted us dead, we wouldn't have to worry about a mask. Fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yo, dude.
We'd already be dead, right?
It was suspicious to me, you know what I mean? It was suspicious as fuck, bro. I'm like, yo, so if I wear this mask, bro, and I'm breathing in my hot-ass breath, bro, this is something I want to share with the world, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some hot breath, Bro, I feel like I'm breathing in my own toxic waste, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is basic, you know what I mean?
And dude, not to mention, I don't know if you noticed, but on the cheaper ones, the ones that were blue with the elastic little stringy ear things, those would break apart, and I would be breathing in fibers after a while. You know what I'm talking about? There'd be strings coming out, it would be falling apart. It was disgusting. And I remember I was working, I'd be talking with customers, because I work in retail, my full-time job when I'm not doing comedy, and I'm talking and I got strings tickling my lips, and it was really, I don't know, man. It was the weirdest thing ever.
Bro.
I was at the Mayo Clinic before I went to I went to Jacksonville for the Mayo Clinic before I went to Denver, and no one was wearing masks at the hospital anymore.
No
It was
one.
just thank God, dude. It was just so nice to see people again.
For me, it wasn't about that. I didn't give a fuck about seeing other people. I just wanted to breathe, bro. Listen,
Well,
I had jury duty,
sure.
bro, and they put me in a room full of people, bro, and we were all wearing masks against the wall. Yo, motherfucker, I was like, yo, I cannot do this. I cannot sit here in this bitch-ass mask. I just can't.
No.
I was running out of breath, bro. I'm feeling, you know what I mean? I don't know how they do it. Are these people real? You know what I mean?
There's people wearing 2 masks.
What the fuck, dude?
They're well, Fauci said so. It's dude.
Fauci, you can kiss my ass.
Dude.
Wear one mask. No, and he's like, nah, you shouldn't be wearing a mask. He's like, you know what?
Yeah,
Wear 2 masks.
Wear 2.
Yeah. And motherfuckers, yo, listen, not too long ago, I was doing a repair job at somebody's house, right? I showed up, and this lady's wearing a mask outside. And I couldn't hear her, so I tried to approach her, but she had to stay away 6 feet. You know? Yo, so I'm chasing her around. I'm like, yo, I can't hear you. And I'm walking towards her, and she's backing up and backing up. You know? I didn't get it at first. I was like, why does she keep running away from me? She think I'm going to do something to her? I'm just trying to hear her through that bitch-ass mask.
Dude, so we were talking about some crazy women, right? So I told you I'll tell you about the occurrence. We'll talk about the occurrence I had in Colorado, right? So, I was telling Carlos, now Denver's a big city, and, me as a guy, I'm out walking around, and I see a chick with her dog come in my direction. And in many instances, they would get on the other side of the street, which, I get it. It's a big town. You see some guy walking around, you're not sure. All right, be safe. I get that. But then this one woman, it was very strange. I told Carlos about it. This is like I told he was like the first person I told about it. This one woman gets in the middle of the street. I'm walking down the sidewalk, and then she starts screaming at me, "You probably want to see me naked. You want to see me take my clothes off, don't you, you pervert?"
What
And
the
I
fuck?
was like, "What? Who the fuck are you talking to?"
Yes,
lady?"
please. $20.
Like,
Let's
I mean,
go.
yeah. I mean that. I mean,
Oh, man.
sure. But
Was she bad?
I mean,
Was she,
dude,
like,
I told
sexy?
you, I did not see that many attractive women in Colorado.
Well,
man.
I'm not talking about all of them. I'm talking about that one.
That one, no. I mean,
No, she was definitely
no. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
but I'm telling you, man, it
She
was
like a dolphin or like a beluga whale?
Nah, she was like a porpoise.
She was a porpoise?
Porpoise.
What the fuck? It's not even fish.
No, man, but like it just I wasn't seeing like we got like the hot Latinas, we got the blondes, we got and it's just like all I was seeing out there was these like really dark haired, chubby, like really just like kind of boring girls. I don't know. Maybe I was in the wrong place, but like I just was not seeing.
What's boring, bro? Like
Just
they don't have much drama.
like all right, you see a cute girl, right, and they're kind of
Right.
perky, and they're like, they're talking, they're laughing, whatever. All right, dude, these girls had no personality, dude. They were very like, hey, how are you? Hi. They would maybe talk to you for a second, but
Yeah.
it's like you wouldn't even want to keep on the conversation because it was just like, I don't know, man.
I know people like
It
that
was a
too.
dud, dude.
I know people like that. Trust me.
Yeah.
It sucks. Yo, so
So
you
that's
were
fun.
over there for how long?
So I left Sunday night. I got in late Sunday and I left early Friday. So I was like 4 solid days and then a couple short days. But yeah, the days I were there were all solid for sure. Yeah. The first day I got there, first thing I did is I found a dispensary. It was open at 8 in the morning. It opened from 8 in the morning until midnight.
8 until midnight, bro.
Yeah. I mean, that's almost 7-Eleven. I mean, that's like 8-12.
Awesome.
You know what I mean? But dude, went there. First thing I did, I got some joints. I just did pre-rolls. It's just easier. And then got some gummies and whatnot. And then
Because it's legal over there, bro.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can just go into a dispensary.
and it's not like here. Here we have our prescriptions and we get I think we're up to 4 ounces a month. But it's so nice just to be able to walk in and buy weed and not worry how much you've smoked or how much you're gonna smoke because you're not limited. You can just buy whatever. So and the prices have come down a lot. When I went out there in 2017, it was a lot more expensive than now. So there's a lot more competition now. You gonna go out there?
I saw you were getting on a mic, bro, and they had like 48 people.
Oh my God, no, dude.
sign
So
up.
I was number 48 out of. There was a total that night of 68 people that night, and and I'm not here to toot my own horn, but I killed that mic, man.
Nice.
Dude, I'm telling you, I went in there and I signed up number 48, and there was another mic going on later, a few miles down the road, and I'm like, you know what? This is the first one. I'm gonna wait it out. I'm gonna see what happens, and I'm glad I did because I went up. I waited. I must have waited 2.5, 3 hours. But the cool thing about Colorado, here we give everyone 5 minutes, and we give them
5
solid
minutes.
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
5 minutes, right? Dude, out there they give you
5 minutes.
they will give you like up to 4 minutes if you're good. But if you suck and you start sucking, they give you the light and you don't even got a minute. You got 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
30-second light. Yeah, you better wrap up the joke and get off stage. You're done, dude.
You're
They want
done.
you off. So I went up there, I did my thing, I did all my bangers, and dude, I don't even think they gave me the light. I was just up. I just went until I couldn't do anymore. I just kept going and going and going. And I'm telling you, the guy who ran it was like thanking me. He was like, "Oh man, that was a great set. Thank
No.
you. Thanks for coming to our mic." And then I got invited to another mic after that. So that was just really a great experience for me. So
Yo, I thought about that. Like, imagine we should have a gong show.
oh man,
For all bad
so,
comedians, bro.
The gong. So that was another cool thing I learned about the Gong Show, and the Gong Show was great because it was audience participation. It made comics bring out some better jokes because the idea is that you go on stage and you try to stay up there as long as you can until you start sucking so bad they give you the gong
The gong.
and boom, and then you got to get off stage. So I think the longest person that night had about 5.5 minutes.
5.5.
Yeah, and I didn't even get a minute. Because I tried to do a Juneteenth joke and that didn't work out so well for me.
Juneteenth's no good, man.
No, man, not for this guy.
No.
Not in Colorado. You know,
No.
down here, you can get it. I gotta say, like, Colorado was a great mic scene, but you do get a little bit more touchy people out there. That's the only thing. The people out there are a little more sensitive.
You know
so,
what? Fuck this thing.
You know, what are you doing over there?
Nothing.
What are you doing? What are you playing with?
I'm
You doing
so
a
sorry.
podcast or?
I'm so sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. So.
Holy shit, that is good.
But yeah, it was a good mic, and then I went to the mic the next day, the one I was invited to by this guy named Raymond Ace, and it wasn't a huge, like, it wasn't a busy one like the night before, but it was still like a decently packed bar, and it was in a Mexican bar, which I knew about because I saw in the ad it said like tacos and whatnot. But when I get to the door, it was like no gang flags, no gang stuff here, and I'm like, oh man, I hope I'm not walking in the wrong place. And I go in this place, and they got a stage, and they had a nice little crowd, and we had a great time. And then they gave me like 8 minutes at that mic, and
8 minutes,
dude. I just kept going and going, and they loved it. But then we went back to the place with the gong show, and I bombed again, man. You ever get that? Where like you're like right off a good one, and then you bomb
the next day?
Like, no, it was that same night.
Same night.
It was that same night.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I went to that next mic like all fucking like, you know, confident, like yeah.
At least that night you got something to go home with, you know, the first
dude.
one. You know, the first time you killed it, you're like, yeah, you know, fucking I did that shit.
It felt good, man. And you know, there's a lot of great comics in Colorado, but there's also a lot of people who kind of get out there for fun to do it, which I think is a great thing.
For fun.
But exactly,
for fun,
they're not,
bro.
You know what I mean? They're not
No,
really. Some of them get up there and they just want to complain about politics or about this and that, which, you know, can be funny, but they're not like, sometimes they're not like developed acts, you know what I mean? It's just them like complaining, which some people can pull that off, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I know someone that can pull it off. It's fucking Jimmy Schubert.
Oh yeah,
he can do that shit. It's hilarious, bro. I died, bro. Yeah, I was at Dada's and he freaking came through, bro, and I was crying, bro. I was in tears. I was like, yo, fuck this. I'm not going up tonight.
Yeah, I know that feeling, dude. I know when I'm like 2 spots away and I'm like, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not going up tonight.
Fuck that.
And then I get up there. It's weird isn't it weird how you get on stage? Like,
and I had like new material that I wanted to work on, you know what I mean? It's like.
Yeah, I know, man. But isn't it weird? Like, I still get you still get, after 4 years, you still get nervous, right?
Okay, see, the nervous thing is the best thing. You know what I mean? Because when you're nervous, it's because you're trying new shit, you're pushing yourself to the angle. You don't really know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, you left enough room for something to happen. And the anxiety to get on stage and release this is what causes that pent up.
For sure.
But the more pent up you are before, the better you feel after. The much better when you lay it down.
Yeah.
And then fucking everything is released that you've been holding, you know what I mean? That you've been like, yo, this is what I'm going to say tonight, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Oh, that went well. Plus, I said something that I usually don't say. You know, I just, you know, an opportunity created itself, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And you know, you do a good rebuttal or get a heckler and freaking...
Yeah, man. Now, that's what I want to work on, man. My crowd work. You know, like, for the last 2 years, I've been, like, developing my writing. I've been, like, you know, learning how to, like, you know, tie jokes in, do callbacks. And so it's just, man, my crowd work. There's so many times where, like, people will say something and I don't know how to react. And I'm like, yeah, haha. And then I move on with my set. And then I watch it. And I'm like, bro, you could have said this, you could have said that.
That's because you're not in the moment.
I know, and it's like, how do I get in that moment, though,
exactly.
man?
Listen, let me tell you.
What's that transition?
Let me tell you right now, bro. I went to a comedy show. Mm-hmm. I mean, an open mic. Very nice place. Right here, La Bodega, run by, what is it? Hargrove.
Oh, Rachel?
Yeah,
Chef Rachel.
Chef Rachel Hargrove. She grows it. She does that thing over there. And then I was there and I was coming in and I noticed that everyone just looked like a robot. You know what I mean? Like they were like, I became so much clarity where it was like I'm aware of the people who are in the room. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna address them. You know what I mean? Because when you get up there and you just hit the play button, they feel that. You understand? And I know you got 5 minutes to freaking wow them or whatever, make them laugh. But to be honest, um, it is better if you engage with the public.
Well, dude, I see the biggest laughs come from the crowd work.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because what happens is they'll like you then. They'll like
Mm-hmm.
you if you get them talking to you. You know what I mean? Tell them a little bit about you. You know what I mean? And then do like a joke. A nice couple of jokes. But if you
Yeah.
sit there and you're like okay, like you got people like Dan Weiss. Dan Weiss got his shit. He does it good. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's funny. It comes off kind of autistic. It's like,
Yeah.
you know,
But we love him.
yeah, bro, straight up, bro. And it's hilarious, bro. And he does this little hand thing. I don't know if that's his real I don't know
Man, I don't.
disorder coming out or something. I don't know, but he does that thing, and it's even funnier because he's
Yeah.
sitting there like he shit himself, and he's like, oh,
Yeah.
he doesn't want to put the
Yeah.
two butt cheeks together, so he holds one like that, That's
Oh,
and he
man.
does this shit, bro, and fucking he's like a machine.
Dude, he's like Rodney Dangerfield or something, man. He just keeps hitting you and hitting you and hitting you. It's just like, God, man, and he doesn't stop. And like the 5 minutes seems like it just doesn't end. You know what I mean? It's just like he just rambles.
In the first 2 years,
it's
bro,
so fucking
I
good.
try to get at least a laugh every 30 seconds.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I saw this video, this trans guy, whatever. I don't know. It's a she. Okay. He was dressed like a she anyway. So yeah, I was watching this video and dog, that bitch was, going and going and going. It was joke after joke after joke after joke, but it just seemed like, you know what I mean, like, and I was counting it. I sat there and I counted how many laughs were they getting a minute. You know what I mean? And it's like, 5 laughs a minute. 4 laughs a minute. And if you start thinking about that like that, you know what I mean? Because you only got 5 minutes, right?
Yeah.
So you don't want to sit there and tell a fucking story. You don't want to sit there and bullshit. What you want to do is you want to get up there and be funny off the bat. You know what I mean?
And yeah, and that's
Forget, hey, how y'all doing tonight? Forget, give it up for your fucking
your host and all that.
They just made you clap for them. Now you made you clap for me.
I know.
Come on,
It's
get
like
the fuck
clap
out
for
of
me,
here.
clap for them. All right, clap for me again.
Yeah.
Now clap for them again.
Let's clap each other's nuts.
Yeah,
By the
right.
time you leave at night,
Clap ass cheeks.
By the by the time I fucking leave the night, my fucking hands are red and shit. You know what I mean? Nah, just get up there, and they want you to be funny from the start.
And that's why, and you have a good opener. I open with my name's Ben Fishman, and I'll say I'm not a Jew, but I play one in real life, or I play one at work or whatever. And it's funny because instantly, I feel like when you put something out, whether those people are from that culture or not, you say, oh, my name is, and you do your long Spanish name and everything, whether you're in that culture or not, people can relate to it one way or another because they know someone. Because it's South Florida, man, and this audience down here, you can pretty much hit anyone with anything, and most people will get it. Now,
it's a stereotype of
but it's man, in Colorado, dude, it's oh man, so many things where we're oh my god, did you say identifies as? Well, now it should really be position themselves as or some bullshit. It was just here, man, you could throw some shit out there, people will get it there. If you're in a crowd and it's all white college kids, dude, anything that's not anything that's even just blatantly, or not blatantly, but just remotely just a little insulting, just a tiny little bit, dude, you're done.
Oh my god,
it's so sad, man. Yeah,
we're gonna burn down McDonald's.
It's so sad because
stop!
There's so much good material, dude.
You're burning my
ears.
Fucking.
They ruin it. But,
but it's we're censoring ourselves.
I know.
That's kind of it bothered me at first.
And that's the thing, man. And then and then it starts with one thing, and then and that's and we don't want to. I don't want to get super political here, but it's it's a slippery slope, and we have to keep what we got, because if we start letting things go, then it's oh, you can't say this, now you can't say that. Next thing you know, we watch TV and the whole entire thing's censored because we can't say anything.
I say all the time that comedians are the canary birds of freedom of speech, bro.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? we're out there pushing the edge on things that we can say and questioning. You know what I mean? And the minute that we do something that's against their narrative or agenda, you know what I mean? If it's not, something tainted, something, I don't know what to say, man. Fucking, if it's not evil.
Yeah, right. Like, dude, that's the thing, man. Like, I was out there, right? And again, I don't want to make this super political, but like, you know, like one guy's making like, oh, Republicans are animal abusers, and these people they were calling like abortionists and shit.
Bro,
dude.
I
It was
abused the
just
shit
like,
out.
wow, man.
I abused the shit out of some steak, though.
Can we
bro.
talk about
I
like
fucking,
family stuff, or can we talk about work stuff, or maybe stuff we can all kind of like laugh about instead of being dark and talk about abuse and shit? So, but I mean, like I said, there was good comics out there, but it was also just a lot of weird, very political, very kind of. There's a lot of dark humor out there. But that's the scene. That's what they're into. But yeah, man. So I think we should take a break, and
yeah, we should take a break.
yeah, let's take a little break, and then we'll come back. All right, cool. All right, and we're back. All right. So we were talking about the Denver scene. We're talking about comedy in general. So let's just kind of pick up where we left off. So what were you saying about comedy, Carlos?
I was saying something about comedy. I did say something. It's like comedy. I love comedy, man. Where'd you get your origins of comedy origins?
I always liked it, and I always I remember watching even Rodney Dangerfield, but I liked him because he could rattle off a lot of jokes. But I remember I used to like to stay up late and watch Jay Leno. And that was when I was younger. That was late, but and I know he wasn't like a very he's like a little older comedian, but he was always funny. He always he just I don't know. He just always had a good stage presence. I used to like watching him and Conan O'Brien, and they would just both get up there. They do their thing. They'd be funny, and then then they put on their show and they'd have people on. But back then, it wasn't political. Back then, they'd either have an athlete or an actor on, and they would say, hey, you got a big game coming up. Oh, hey, you got a movie coming up. You got a new TV show coming up. And then that's what it was, all entertainment. They never talked about politics. So as a kid, it was more interesting to watch because, the people, the sports people that I was interested in, the actors and stuff that I was interested in would just come on a show. And they wouldn't get up there and say, oh, I don't like this and that. What was that?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so that was probably kind of my start, to actual watching and paying attention to comedians, as far as really watching them and kind of learning things and stuff.
It's nice to get out of town too, doesn't it? Because you go to a place where most people don't even know you, or you know what I mean. They never heard your angle.
That was the best part, man. No one's heard my shit. It was people I never would see again ever, you know what I mean? So I just went up there and I didn't care what I said or how I said it. And I got laughs, man.
You recorded?
Man,
You didn't record.
I didn't record. I didn't know who to ask to hold my phone, man. I was nervous out there, dude.
That's why you need a freaking, what's that called? Tripod, bro.
I need a
Just
tripod.
like me today. I didn't bring my tripod.
See, you weren't prepared either, man.
Fucking stupid, man. We're fucking stupid.
But see, that's the thing, these are the growing pains of the entertainment business, right? I mean, this is and that's one thing. It's it's an act. People forget, it's we don't do this. We don't just sit here and talk comedy for a half hour and then go up and put up a 5-minute show, dude. We take sometimes. It could take months, or I mean, not months, but it could take a couple weeks to write a solid 5-minute set. It could take a month or so sometimes. I mean, because we're in class for 5 weeks, and it takes a whole 5 weeks sometimes to really perfect that set, and that's only 5 minutes. So imagine doing a half hour, an hour. I mean,
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I didn't even try. During class, I was just doing different sets every week.
Yeah.
I was doing different sets every
right?
It's different 2 minutes every time.
Yeah, I kept doing. That's my thing too. It's because I know I have funny shit and I do it all the time.
Some
but
people were doing their own. Most people were doing the same thing over and over.
Yeah.
Dude, that gets tiring, dog.
Yeah, I know.
And it's I don't know. Maybe the third time I heard it better than the first time.
Yeah.
But dude, freaking,
Well, I was gonna say that's one thing about Ramon, man. He has patience. he can sit through anyone's set. He
Oh
can sit.
Lord.
He can
Yo, no
give
lie,
like,
I blank out a lot of times,
dude, me
bro.
too.
When I try to help him out, I mean, I'm not helping him out. I'm really more like show.
Yeah,
I wanna do some skilled shit. You know what I mean? To like
yeah,
help other
yeah,
people.
for sure.
And you know, when I'm doing it, it's like I blank out, bro. Like I hear these people talking, and it goes womp womp womp. You know what I
I know,
mean?
right? But
But
that,
he's taking notes. He's over there
dude,
freaking.
he's into it.
He's asking a bunch of questions that I never thought about, and it's
Yeah.
like sometimes he'll ask something and it'll like, oh yeah, about that. You know what I mean? Like, you know
Mm.
what I mean? What I started doing is if you use the transcribe setting on your phone, the transcript setting.
Oh, where it writes as you talk.
Bro,
Yeah.
yeah. Look, I just turned that thing on. It's like,
Oh, nice.
and now I record my voice, your voice, everybody's voice.
Even pauses and everything.
Yeah, pauses and waiting. What do you think? AI is gonna just write it for you?
Laughing.
Yeah,
It
bro.
says, look at this.
It's
It
just
says laughing on
laughing.
there.
That's right, bro.
Yeah, dude. That's crazy.
That's a good way to record your fucking thing. That way it says laughing on written.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It doesn't
wow.
always get everything right. You know what I mean? It
Mm.
does get some messed up, but if you read back, you'll be able to make out what someone said. You just got to be clear when you use it, and a lot of people are not clear sometimes when they speak,
Hey.
and so it just comes out all messed up,
Yeah.
especially on. This thing tends to happen when you get on stage. At first, listen, it's good for you to get your set.
Yeah.
You get your 5 minutes. This is what you're working with, and I mean, this is what you want to talk about. But then, after that, you start growing that. You start growing that set, growing the set till, bro. So you got, your 20, 30 an hour,
Yeah.
till you get there, bro.
And then, like, after doing 8 classes, man, I feel like I got at least a solid 20 minute, like, I mean, I could probably even do more than that, but like a solid where it would like flow. I could pause for good laughs and like, where I could really. But like I said, it took 8 classes to get there. So yeah. But I mean,
That's 8 seasons, bro.
people,
This guy,
yeah, right. I mean,
this
dude,
motherfucker took 8 classes. Listen, I took my first one on May the 19th of 2019, bro.
wow.
And then I took it again 2 years later, and then I took it the last time before the Palm Beach Improv shut down. I was just lucky, bro.
Yeah, man. And you know what? It's funny because I wanted to take those classes for years, and I for years I would see it on there, and I'd be like looking for shows, and it would be like, it'd be the class. I was like, yeah, that'd be cool. One day I'll do it, and then I would always put it off, and then it took me having the fucking brain surgery to finally be like, oh, maybe I should start doing the things I always wanted to do. And I remember I walked up to the door. And I was like, I don't want to do this. And then I was like, I already paid. So then I just went in there and I loved it. I made everyone laugh and I loved it. I was like, I could do this.
Well, doing this transcribe setting thing, bro, that's how I was able to like read shit back to people. Like they'll sell their jokes,
Yeah.
and I was able to be like, yo, how about add something here,
Yeah.
It was
Well, you know what, dude? I gotta say, I took a class in Colorado, and it was a lab, and it wasn't like it wasn't like an actual class. You just went in there, you ran through your set, they gave you a little feedback, and like it was cool because sometimes like Ramon gives me good feedback, but he doesn't always give me everything. So this lady had mentioned that I said I a lot. She said I said so anyways a lot. She said, and then she noticed, which I've still to this day have to work on. I do like a little tilt sometimes if I'm not paying attention. But it was good to hear it like from someone else, from another party, just because like, it's always good to get another opinion, get another set of ears. So
another set of years.
yeah. I mean, and it was good. But the thing that I liked about that,
What do you like?
I liked that I went up there, I did my thing. I had a chance though to get critiqued, told what would make it better, and then I got critica. And then I had the chance to go up there and do it again correctly, and not because don't get me wrong, I love class. I've taken a million classes, but I can't tell you how many times I've left class thinking, oh, I forgot to say this, or I didn't do this.
Yeah.
So it's like it was nice to get it out and then to do it again right away and have all that shit fresh in your head. So I think that's a format I've been telling you about now for a while that I think we need to explore. Before an open mic.
That and a gong show.
I love the Gong Show. I'm telling you, man, it was fun because like, dude, some people, like I got gonged instantly, but like, the comedians would like conspire to do the gong.
Yeah.
So like, let's say, pretend Dan's up there right now and it's you and me, and and I might be like, all right, man, you ready? You ready to give him the gong? Be like, all right, you take, no. They'd be like, no, you give him the gong. I'd be like, all right, I'll go up there and just give him like two more. And then like we kind of make our way
Damn,
up
those
there.
people must be nice.
Like,
Those are some nice people.
Dude, yeah. So like, so that was, yeah.
I think if you go to Miami, you're like, gong.
Yeah, yeah.
You stand up at the mic and just hold it, and somebody's already on the gong.
Yeah. And that's the thing, man. People are a little nicer, I guess, at certain things, and then not about other things. But the gong was great because you really wanted to bring out your best stuff because you didn't want to get the gong. And if you stayed up there the longest, then you win. I don't even think there was a prize. I think you just wanted the glory. But if you can stay up there for 5 minutes and not get gonged, I mean, they liked your shit. Either that or you're just someone they knew that they didn't care to get off stage.
Yo, so from Colorado, bro, what's the most memorable thing you got from over there? What's the thing that, like, I'm talking now and it's in your head?
I'm
like,
telling you, man, that first mic at the Irish Rover, dude, was my first show there.
Mm-hmm.
The one where I was like 48 on the list.
Before they knew you.
Before they knew me, before I knew anybody. And then that's the one that got me invited to the other mic. And then dude, that freaking show, man, I'm telling you, I mean, I had never been thanked. Like, I've had people tell me, like, hey, I liked your stuff, you were funny, but never had people thank me for putting on, like, a great show. Like, that was, like, the best feelings ever.
Yeah, I guess it's because, everybody's just throwing out their shit jobs, you know what I mean?
It was just, dude, and that's the thing.
Shit.
And these people get up there and they're like, well, I don't like this, and this person's bad, and da-da-da. And they're just talking shit, and they're not even, like, telling jokes. So it's like, well, let's get back to, like, jokes. And then the host of the show will be a comedian, right? And they'll be funny. And then they'll have some of their real comedians, like, like, kind of built into the lineup. But you can tell, like, who's the real comedian and not, or who's just there to fuck around. Because
who's there to fuck around?
Yeah, because the fuck around people,
you fuck around, you found out.
Dude, 2 minutes later, it's like, light. And then these other guys, they're hitting about 3-4 minutes before they're getting the light. Like I said, I think I don't even know if I even got a light. I think I went on for almost 10 minutes.
You're like, fuck the light.
Dude,
fuck that gong. I'm going to tell my shit anyway.
You remember?
What are you going to do? Gong me off the stage?
Dude, remember that kid, Adam Fink? That opened for Gary Owen when the improv closed, and then he went to a bodega and he tore it up. Okay. I felt like that, dude. Like, he inspired me that night. Like, Adam, if you watch this, man, dude, I'm telling you,
Adam Fink.
He inspired me, dude. He went to bodega and he came out for like 15 minutes with all his best shit, dude. He kept going and going. He just kept going in and in. So like, after a few of my jokes started hitting in Colorado, I just kept going and going. And I thought of him, how he just kept going and going, man. And all my jokes were coming to my head. Like, sometimes I blank out and then I like get off stage. I'm like, oh, I forgot this one. I forgot that one. Dude, I walked off stage like I hit them all, bro. I hit them all. It was like, like I was connecting on like every swing, man. It was just, it was so that. And don't get me wrong, like, I did the mic at Rise, which was the class. Rise was the class.
Rise the fuck up, people.
Rise was the class and then the show. And I even had people at that one telling me, like, they really liked my stuff and I was funny and they really liked it. But that Irish Rover, man, that was the best experience.
Irish Rover?
The Irish Rover
What
in
about
Denver.
this Irish Rover? Tell us.
It's a little Irish bar in Denver. And it's really long and narrow. It's like an alley.
Is it Irish at all?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I had a blue burger. It was
a
very
blue
Irish.
burger.
I had a blue burger, very Irish.
Very good.
But yeah, the stage was tiny. So like, it was a very long, narrow place. The stage would be like in the way back corner, and then like the back part of it actually had like seats and stuff for people to sit and watch, and like couches and stuff. And then from
You're
there,
being very virtual with your language there. Visual.
Yeah.
I know.
And then from the rest was all everyone sitting at the bar.
I said virtual the first time. Yeah, listen. Yo, this comedy shit is great, bro. I love it when I leave a place after making everyone laugh, you know what I mean?
Dude,
it's kind of hard to make people laugh when they've heard you before so many times. And it's like you don't want to go up there with nothing sometimes, and it's like, you know what's been happening to me lately, bro? I've had clarity,
Mm.
clarity of like don't sound like a machine. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Don't go up there and sound like you're writing a script. Go up there like you're addressing people,
That
like you're
and that,
talking to people. You know what
thank
I
you.
mean?
And that's what I need to do too, man. That's why we're developing our shit, man. Because like I get up there and I run through my set and it's funny and I get laughs, but I'm just running through it like as if I'm doing a monologue. Like I
Yeah,
need to like get up there, take my time,
it would be a
enjoy
play.
it, interact with the audience a little bit, because I get up there and I'm running through it and I get laughs, but I it's like I blank out when I'm doing it because you know what I mean? Because I know what I'm gonna say, and it's like I'm just getting up there and I'm just going autopilot, and I want to get off autopilot and get the wittiness back and get the in the moment type of situations.
In the moment, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking look around the
Mhm.
room. Look around the room. Is there anything you can make fun of before you even get on the stage? You know what I mean? Before you even get on the stage, you also want to know what the bartenders' names are. That way, if you got nothing to say, you can say, "Give it up for the bartender."
Yeah.
Fucking Shelly,
Oh yeah.
freaking. Don't forget the tipper. She might rip you off if you don't next time. Yo, seriously, bro. Um, she, just bring up everything that you see around, and you know what I mean. Like, look at this sign me. See me, fuck me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right, yeah.
Like that stuff. You gotta address everything in the room, bro. Like the other day, I was in this place called Swampgrass Willies. Swampgrass Willies is run by Don and, and Jackie.
Yeah, okay. I saw
And
the ad.
yeah, Jackie Sanchez, and she uh, the place smells like I swear like to you, bro. It is visibly stank. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is like people walk in, you see them, and you get smacked by that boom, boom. You know what I mean? Like, that
Physically
smells that fucking
smacked.
smacks you. And their face goes, oh, you know what I mean? You see what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you
Oh yeah.
step into some funk.
Oh yeah. Oh
Well,
yeah.
it's like that, but then like when you're there for like 10 minutes, bro, like
It's like being at the landfill.
you forget, bro. You forget about the stank, bro, and then you're just there having beers in the stank.
You're just stinking.
People are looking at you from the outside, like, what the fuck?
Like, why is he sitting in there that stank?
I feel like they sprayed that shit to give you the authentic swamp smell.
Like,
You know
yeah,
what I
right?
mean?
Like the old Florida swamp.
Yeah,
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 man.
bro. But see, this is the thing. Like, I saw comedian after comedian get up there and not address that shit, bro.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like the septic tank is under you or something. That's what it smells like. And no one said nothing, bro. Nothing.
See, that's the thing. So it's like, and that makes sense because I'm thinking right now, like, I'm so worried about what I'm gonna say, and I know my set, but I'm not thinking about other stuff. I'm not thinking about the audience. I'm not thinking about the surroundings. I'm sitting there thinking about my set. So
Yeah.
now that I know my set,
Mm-hmm.
I need to like start being more in the moment
Well,
because
you're going fast, bro. It's taking me 4 years to get to where I can freaking like look around the room and not offend people.
yeah, right? Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or not worry about offending, because like if you're gonna offend someone, some petty shit.
Yeah, right.
It's funny.
Yeah.
It's just so petty. It's funny. You know
And it's
what I mean?
like it's a small percentage of people that will get it's like it's like
Well, the
one,
thing is, I feel like a crowd of 50, 2 people, 1 people
Mm.
get mad, and just because they got a fucking loud voice, what, they gonna come and heckle you? You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
right.
that's
Yeah.
that's the kind of like stuff that I don't think we should pay attention to those people. We should get security or something to drag you out. You freaking psychopaths. Now the rest of us are gonna have fun over
Yeah,
here.
right. I mean, you can't have fun. And that's the thing. Going to a comedy show, you know that there's going to be controversial topics. You know that because
Exactly.
that's why it's funny.
That's why
dude.
you go to the comedy show. You about
Yeah.
to hear shit that puts your fucking tongue in your cheek. And if you're gonna have people going, I'm not being there because the turtles, fuck the turtles, bro.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
bro,
I like
listen.
turtles.
If more taters did cocaine, we'll have a fucking turtle fucking crime boss right now running around, bro.
Oh man. Yeah. So it's developing the act. It's developing. I think it's a personal development too. Because it's like, because I don't know if you were like a little shy when you got into comedy. And like I've always been in sales, but like I have no problem going up to someone. Like if I'm gonna sell them something and make money off them, that's no problem. But like sometimes in other situations,
I've
it'd be
always
like
been
a little,
introverted.
yeah. So it's like it really, and not only that, but like you have to promote yourself and you have to promote your shows. So it's like
Yeah,
you
bro.
have to like talk to people. It's
And I
like,
hate
hey,
it, bro. I got so many recordings. I hate just I don't a lot of them. I don't even update them for so. I mean, yeah. I don't like put them again because it's like the same places I go. So I don't want to post them again and again. But yo,
yeah.
you see your progress, bro. Like I remember watching old videos, and I'm like, holy shit, that joke has now turned into this. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah, dude, for real. Yeah, you know what? I actually, my mannequin joke,
Uh
I did
huh.
that. That was in my very first set, but like it had nothing. I had nothing to do with like the Spanish guys and the Puerto Ricans and the man. Like that wasn't even. It wasn't even close to that when I very first did it. But yeah, I like how you acknowledge that, dude. That I didn't. Yeah, for
Yeah.
real. That's a thing.
Well, yeah, man. So lately, what I've had is a lot of clarity, man. When I step into a room and I look around, I see who the crowd is.
Mm-hmm.
You got black, you got white, you got old, you got young. You know what I mean? You got and then you try to appeal to not all of them at the same time, but at least one of them. You know what I mean? Asking them questions like shit that you would know the answer to. Too, you know what I mean? Like or something that brings out freaking a tongue in cheek.
Yeah, tongue
Yeah,
in cheek reaction.
yeah.
Yeah.
When you ask something, it's like, yeah, when was the first time you got laid? Oh shit,
Yeah.
do you remember her name? That's some shit. Right there, right there.
Yeah.
Even that one, like, what's her name? Do you remember the first chick's name? And we fucking dog. That shit has a tongue in cheek reaction. So
Yeah.
no matter what they say, it's gonna be hilarious whenever they fucking say it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't remember. Oh, you loser.
Yeah.
You piece of fucking shit. You fucked this virgin chick and you don't even remember her name. She's probably out there telling stories about how much of a douchebag.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Lost my virginity, this douchebag.
You see how funny that
Yeah.
is? And that's just out of fucking asking a question about, when you
Yeah.
lost your virginity. And if they say yes, if they say their name, then it's like, oh shit. Look at you. You never forget about you still jerk off to that time. Yo, what? You're laughing, it's
Yeah.
tongue in cheek, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like okay, now.
Well, it reminds me of situations, So, yeah, yeah.
But
When you make it reality,
it's funny, bro. It's
it's
fucking hilarious
it comes to life.
because what happens is the crowd feels like they're interacting with you. You know what I mean? As opposed to they're feeling like you're there watching a robot who you put like a 25-cent thing in, and he's gonna go and do his.
Yeah, yeah, right.
You know what I mean? That's that's what they feel like they're seeing. You know what I mean? Because you're not making it personal to them. So I think it's important to first come out, spend a minute or two on fucking just talking about the crowd, just acknowledging that they're there.
Yeah,
Just saying, man, y'all having a good time, or you know what I mean. Look at these people over here. They look like they shop at Walmart. Y'all shop at the same place, huh? You know what I mean?
yeah, right.
You know what I mean. It starts like that, and it's like fucking. What are you guys here for? What are you ladies here for? You know what I mean? That sounds better. I like asking. What do you
Yeah.
like? And I hope they say dick. If they said dick, it'd be like, yo, you my kind. You're the kind of women I like.
Yeah. See, again, dude. Those are the moments I need to capitalize on. So, as we go forward, we're gonna.
Well, like I said,
so it's gonna build the skills, and
it was crazy for me because it was like I was in there, bro, sitting down watching the comedy show, and I'm watching the people who are coming up before me. You know what I mean? And to watch them feel, and it feels like that. And it's like I'm like, bro, no wonder people tune out. You know what I mean? You don't sound natural. You don't sound like, and they still looking at their notes and shit. You know what I mean? Like don't get me wrong, dog. I'm guilty of looking at notes. You know what I mean? But I realized, dude, that it's like take some word points with you, but just go into it. Like anything can happen. You know what I mean?
yeah. Because that's my problem, man. you know, because you get 5 minutes, right? So then it's like, oh shit, well, I gotta squeeze this in 5 minutes. Well, that guy said something, and then in my mind, instead of just going with it, I'm like, oh, I only got 5 minutes, so just keep rolling, you know. And I gotta capitalize on those moments.
You know what would be great? Some great crowd work, like the fact. Okay, so you sell furniture, right?
Yeah.
So you can say something like, "Yo, I can tell what kind of furniture you need just by looking at you, man. Look at that. You need a fucking king mattress. You know,
Yeah, right.
Make him feel like a king. You know what I mean?
You need a king.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You see a chick, you be like, yeah, you need that queen girl, that girl that holds you. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you can have a big old bed, but really, you know, you don't really need all that. You know?
Yeah, right.
Because all they want is something that's gonna treat them like a queen. You know what I mean? But you know, when you see somebody like a single dude by himself, like, oh, you look like a twin.
You have a twin. You want one?
I got a twin.
I got a twin for you.
I got him out back.
I got your twin right here.
You see how funny that is, though? You know what I mean?
I like it. I like it. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, man. Comedy writing is. Let me tell you, I used to do poetry. That's what I did. Whenever I was, because I was fucking emotional. I was one emotional motherfucking kid.
Yeah, bro.
So I used to write a lot of fucking poetry. But my poetry is not bad. It's not bad. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna stab myself and it's gonna bleed out. I hate that shit. I hate that about poetry.
What do you like, haikus?
No, fuck you, bro. Get the hell out of here. What do I look like, Japanese?
I like haikus. I can write a haiku.
I have one haiku, and I just did it because it's a form, you know?
Yeah.
And it's horrible, bro. It's about two candlelights fucking each other. No lie, that's what it's about.
Oh, man.
But instead of fucking, I use better words.
So what was the transition to comedy, though?
Oh, man. I remember I watched John Leguizamo's Freak.
Oh, John Leguizamo, dude. That guy, dude. What was the... Oh, he was Mr. Something.
I don't know, but John Leguizamo's Freak.
Dude.
He made that movie. He made that show. Dude. And it was so great. Good. He talked about coming from fucking, you know, from Puerto Rico or something to New York, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or I don't know where fuck. He grew up over there, and he talked about, you know, the different kind of people that he saw. He acted it all out. That was the bottom. That was the best thing about it, because not only did he tell the joke like a story, but he told it as in like it was a play, and he was going through the fucking plays. He was going through the motions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was good. It was fucking good. And I was like, that's what I want to do. I want to do something like that, you know? And I can talk about my shitty life. You know?
Yeah,
dude, you know what I mean? Like, shit, I remember growing up, bro. Like, I had everything everybody had 5 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, that was it. You know what I mean? Like, the Nintendo, the Super Nintendo. I remember, bro, listen. Comedy, bro, helps you also. You can also bring up shit from your past, bro.
Oh, bro, tell me about
old shit. You can bring up fucking shit that happened to you. Yo, it's happened to me where I'm like thinking in my head, like, yo, that shit happened because I knew today I was going to be a comedian.
Yeah, you know, and that's so funny you say that, because there's so many situations in my life that I've brought into my comedy where, like, my whole life I'm like, man, that would be funny. People would laugh at that. And now that I can finally, like, get it out there and put it on stage and, like, people can relate to it, man, it's like, my only regret with comedy is not starting sooner. Honestly, man.
Yeah, I wish I would have started sooner, bro. You know what? I would have been a better person.
But you know what? It's just like, you know, it's where it takes you, though. I mean, I would have never been doing open mics, or I would have never been meeting half these people I know in the last 2 years and stuff like that. I mean, you know, it's been a fantastic journey. You know, I met this one guy named Nat. So I got invited to his show. I did an open mic in West Palm, and then this guy named Chaz. Chaz invited me up to the Mulligans up there, and then he had this guy Nat.
Oh, Mulligans is tight. Did you like that?
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
I like Mulligans
on the roof.
Bro.
Yeah, it was cool. So I did.
But
Mulligans.
It's the same crowd every time. So if you go again, you gotta bring up different shit. Like,
yeah, but this guy Nat Bamel, he had been doing it for 50. He was our age, I think, late 30s, and he had been doing it since he was 22. And he's like, I've been all over the world doing comedy. I'm like, that's incredible, man. So you just gotta stick with it. Just gotta stick with it, man.
Motherfucking comedy.
But you know what? I make it a point now to find an open mic. Anytime I travel out of town, I find an open mic. Like I went to the Mayo Clinic for my follow up the week before I went to Denver. I found an open mic. Dude, it was a very small open mic, but again, I had a great time. I was the new kid in town. I made everyone laugh. Dude, and I just love the fact that I can go anywhere in the country. Anywhere in the country, I can find an open mic.
We're like a fraternity.
And I can put on a 5-minute set at anywhere I want. And that's like,
bro.
to think that I could do that 2 years ago. I mean, I remember when the New Faces shows would come up, be like, oh, am I even ready for New Faces, you know? And then eventually I was like, all right, fuck it, I'm doing New Faces, you know? And now I'm just like, anywhere I go now, if I'm gonna be there overnight.
That's probably how I would find a job. I would go to open mic. Like, I'm new in town, I need a job.
Yeah.
Make them laugh.
Yeah, right? So yeah,
Hopefully
man.
they're like, there's an opening.
Yo,
your camera, bro.
What's wrong with it?
Makes me look like a lesbian. Thanks.
Like when you sit back, is that better? A little closer? Like when we look at them, yeah, because you gotta look at the camera when you
See what I mean, bro?
Yeah.
See what I mean? Like this shit, I was like, yo, I look like Rosie O'Donnell.
How you look now?
I look like fat ass Rosie O'Donnell.
Dude, I don't know, man. Maybe we need do we need to lower the camera a little bit?
No, I need to lose some weight.
Dude,
I'm suing you for making me look like a lesbian.
Dude, I'm telling you,
oh shit.
You just need to start walking like crazy, man. I was out there in the hills walking, man. Dude, I walked everywhere, or I took a scooter. I didn't rent a car. And dude, I'm telling you, when you're out there, the air is so thin and everything's on a fucking hill, right? So you're constantly going up and down, up and down.
And down.
Dude, every single day I was there, I had to take a nap.
One nap.
Because I'd wake up, I'd walk around, I'd smoke some weed, and then by the time I ate, I was fucking exhausted, man. Like, it was a tough life out there, you know? It was a tough 4 days, you know?
Tough 4 days.
One night I was homeless, man. And let me tell you, this is a good story, right?
You were homeless for one night?
I was homeless for one night because my flight was at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Word.
And, you know, my hotel... You know, what am I going to do? So anyways, I'm in Denver, and about an hour. So it takes about an hour to get to the airport because I had to get a train from downtown, right?
A train from
downtown Denver to the airport. It's about 30 minutes. Yeah, choo, motherfucker. So, shit, man, you made me forget where I was going with this.
Fucking train of thought. With a choo-choo joke,
dude. So I was homeless. Okay, so
you were homeless for one night.
So my flight's so I'm basically in my mind, I'm like, all right, I got to be at the airport by like 3:34 in the morning, you know. So what time am I gonna wake up? 2 in the morning to go to the airport. So I said, fuck it. So I didn't get the hotel. I canceled the hotel that night.
Canceled that shit.
So I just went and walked around, right, with all my shit. All I had was a backpack. So then, right. So I'm sitting. So then I realized, oh, my fucking phone's dead, right? So...
No way.
So I'm sitting there, right?
I'm
like, all right, I gotta find a fucking... I gotta find an outlet. I find an outlet in a city planner box. Okay, there's a planner box with like a tree in it, and I see a fucking outlet in there. So I plug in my phone, I leave my backpack there, and I fucking sit and just wait for the thing to charge. And I'm waiting out there for like an hour. And this fucking woman comes up to me with a bag. And she's like, sir, are you hungry?
Are you
and she
hungry?
thought I was, because they have a homeless problem out there, dude. She thought I was fucking homeless, dude, because I was out there charging my phone, my backpack sitting out there. I'm wearing clothes from yesterday. I'm wearing like dirty jeans. And,
you got that,
dude,
that
I hadn't shaved, dude. that Florida man look going.
Florida man look.
Dude. So she's like, do you want this food? I'm like, no, lady. Like, I do not want your food. I mean, it was a nice gesture. And then, I got mistaken another time, right? So if you've ever like seen an AA building, right? They always put a bench out in front of an AA for like a homeless person so they can sleep or something.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you ever look out in front of an AA, there's always a bench.
A bench.
So I'm walking around downtown Denver, and I'm in this area called Hilo, which is like right outside. It's a little neighborhood outside of Denver. And I'm like, I'm lost. I'm trying to find this dispensary. I'm just trying to like figure out where the fuck I am.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna sit down here, look at my phone, take a break instead of just walking, whatever. So I sit down, I'm looking at the phone, and then this guy walks out of the building. He's like, one day at a time, brother, one day at a time. And then I get up, I'm like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Then I get up and I look at the window of the building, and it says AA.
Oh.
So he thought I was like, you know, getting my shit out or whatever. So I got mistaken for an alcoholic and a homeless person while I was in Denver, man.
Oh man.
Yeah. So that that was like, it was probably the fun.
What did you least like about that trip?
The least thing, I think it was the hotel. The hotel was
Crazy.
It just, like, the maids were nice and they cleaned up nice. It's just the place was just full of people, and I don't know, there was like in the morning you go have, like, if you want to have breakfast, there was like 8,000 families in there, and I think that they were like, and whatever they're doing is fine, but they were like housing refugees or migrants in there or something, because dude, every morning there was like a ton of people in the lobby, a ton of people like in the dining hall, and they were like serving them all breakfast and everything like that. So it was like a madhouse in there every day. Like, and I didn't care.
So you left your room, you go downstairs, and
there's
like at the lobby.
Dude,
and
there's
shit
there's like 200 people in the lobby. There's like 100 people in the dining hall, like all waiting on breakfast and shit. So it's like I couldn't just get up and have my.
You gotta get in line or something.
Yeah, like breakfast? Dude, yeah, and then because there were so many people, and because they have the big homeless problem. Like, you know how normally you go to like a hotel breakfast and you just get the shit yourself.
It's continental. You go there.
Yeah, you just go there. You grab some bacon, you grab some waffles, you grab some toast, bagel, whatever. No, man, they had to put it. You had to go into a table and they give you like a scoop of eggs and like a scoop of potatoes. And it was disgusting.
Eggs, scoop of potatoes.
It was disgusting. Yeah, so
disgusting.
I didn't eat it. I decided every morning I'd find a breakfast place after that.
Yeah,
So I went and had a real breakfast every morning. But
oh, dude.
So I mean, again, it wasn't the people; it's just the situation they had them in. They were all crammed up. They had all these, families in there, and I mean, I felt bad for them, but it kind of fucked up the situation because
it's all a bunch of homeless people, a bunch of fucking
so many homeless out there, man.
illegals and shit like that,
and
they're just feeding all these people. And then there's you, the guy who pays to come and go.
Like, I just want to eat breakfast.
Yeah.
There's like 8,000 people in line. So, like, all right, I guess I'll go to the sandwich shop down the street. But you know what? I got to say, though, the good thing about that was it did get me out of the hotel. So I would just go walk. And like I said, I walked a lot while I was there. And I happened to so I was on the street called Zuni Street. Zuni Street. And the Zuni, and then all the streets after that are numbered, like 28th, 29th. So I found the street 32nd Street.
32nd Street, Zuni.
32nd Street and Zuni. That's where all the good restaurants are at, man. 32nd Street. They had a breakfast place. They had an Irish pub. They had a Mexican place. They had, everything. All the good restaurants were there.
I can almost smell it just talking about it.
I'm man. Now. I'm telling you, dude.
I wasn't hungry when I got here.
Dude, when they give you the portions they give you in Denver
are like killable.
Huge. I'm talking like I had an omelet, and the omelet was like the half the size of a pizza.
Oh, because you ordered that shit,
It was huge, bro.
You ordered the megalodon.
Yeah, right.
You're like, I can handle anything.
I got brontosaurus eggs. But yeah, man.
So yeah, man, freaking. But this comedy shit, anywhere you go. All you gotta do is type in, open mic at blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'll even go to music open mics, and I'll be killing it in music open mics. Because I don't have to have no guitar. I just get up there, give me 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Like that's it. Sometimes they love it.
It's a good break in between bands, because bands need time to set up and shit. So that's good.
Yeah. I mean, but I wouldn't want them setting up while I'm doing, comedy.
Yeah.
Because that would kind of suck.
But I'm saying, like, it's not like they can go. Excuse me, sorry. It's not like they can go band to band.
But they'll go out and smoke a cigarette,
and
then freaking, we'll get on, and fucking, it'll be hilarious, bro. Because they weren't expecting it. Number one, and number two, they expect you, if you're a comedian, they expect you to be shitty. They expect you to be like really
because they're only watching.
So you know what I mean. So what happens is when you hit them with something good, you know what I mean, where you're not shitty. You're not being political.
Mm-hmm.
You just, you know what I mean. Like I like how Eminem did it. Hi, my name is. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Especially when you go somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Where my name is, and I'm from, you know what I mean? I came here.
And that's what I was doing out there, dude. I was like, my name's Ben Fishman. I'm from Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because everyone's talking shit about Florida and Colorado. Yeah. So it was so funny to get up there and be like, oh, yeah? And, me being a big guy, I'm like, yeah, who wants, like, I got up there one set. I'm like, Yo, my name's Ben Fishman.
Talking
I'm
about
250.
DeSantis.
I'm 6'6". I'm from Florida. Who else wants to talk shit? I got a lot of laughs. I got a lot of silence at the same time, if you know what I mean.
A lot.
Yeah.
Yo, let me tell you, man. Freaking, I love it when I make people different from different places laugh.
Yeah.
You know what? I haven't even after all that. I haven't really made myself down in Miami. You know what I mean?
I need to hit Miami too, man. We need to make a point to go
bro,
down there.
freaking go down there and hit a couple.
Dude, your
mics.
shit would kill down there.
I wonder, bro, because the last few times I've been there, I've regretted it. Okay.
Really?
Yeah. Well, once it was like in a Cava back door, bro. I don't know.
I don't like kava bars, man. Those people are too stoned.
I don't think it was even a Cava bar. I think they were actually doing fentanyl or something.
Fentanyl bar.
Because they were back there fucking bent over. You know what I mean?
Man,
Like they were, and I'm saying my jokes, bro. Nothing. Like this is what comes back after I'm done.
And dude, and isn't it weird? Isn't it weird how you do that shit at the Improv or a decent open mic and it fucking kills, and then you go to some fucking kava bar, some tea place, and like they're not even paying attention, and you get up there and you're like, how is this not funny? Like 90% of people I tell these jokes to fucking love them.
Yeah, bro.
You know,
and it's crazy. It's crazy when they you know what I mean? They're bending over. Like I'm telling you, have you seen them? They look like dope fiends.
No, yeah, they're like this. They got their headphones in. Yo, and they're like fucked up. Yeah.
And kava bars is like those same people there every time.
Oh,
dude. Same. It's like their home away from home. The kava bar.
Yeah,
you know
man.
What I mean? It's like It's like It's
not my high.
Listen, this is what kava bar people do. It's like people who quit drinking, but they still drink that fucking shit water. You know what I mean?
Dude. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just to fucking have something. You know.
And dude, the kratom, like the kratom's real hardcore. I dabbled with the kava. It's not horrible, but like, dude, that kratom shit. Oh my god, I had that shit one time. It was so, because it's like an opiate, man, and that shit made me like fucking constipated for like 3 days, man. That shit fucked with my stomach bad. So I would not, if your stomach gets fucked up easy, I would not recommend it. All right.
You like peanut butter?
Yeah, of course.
Dude, I am hungry all of a sudden. We're gonna order something.
Dude, we can.
Yo, anyway, listen. Freaking with this comedy stuff, man. When I started, I didn't have a good start. I started and I thought people were gonna be like, "Hey, you're hilarious. You're funny looking too.
Yeah, right.
Let's put you in this show." You know what I mean? And it didn't come out like that. A lot of people were like, you're dirty. You know what I mean? You call women bitches, even though I was talking about a fucked up. I was calling. I fucked up a bitch, you know, and people were tripping over that, you know what I mean? It's like, what?
Yeah, man.
So I had like cut that out of there, I cut a lot of cursing and stuff like that. Yeah, when it hit, like I said, I've said this before. I don't know if I said this live, but I remember when I went and tried to do some comedy at this place called the Black Box.
I've been trying to hit that up.
Yeah, down in Boca Black Box, and then everybody who came in, I swear, it was like the nursing home truck pulled up, the nursing home bus pulled up.
Oh my god, dude!
And they filled the freaking thing. It was a bunch of old people, and I'm like, oh man, like what is my first joke? Donkey fuck shows? What the fuck? I'm talking. Yeah. I'm bringing the dirty. The nasty and the fucking stupid, you know what I mean? And of course, I felt cringe when I was saying it. It's like I wouldn't say this to my grandmother.
Yeah, right.
Now I'm doing it to other people. Are we making them laugh or terrorizing?
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
No. And that's the thing with because I do the Jew jokes sometimes, and it's like, dude. It can be a bit cringy at times, like the worst one I ever did, I think, was when I do the Kanye being a Jew and I say it's not graduation, it's concentration. Like I've never got a laugh out. I like left that one out. Like I did like 3 comparisons, now I just do 2.
Maybe it's constipation. Bro.
It's the best is it's not Kanye, it's Oy Vey.
Bro, listen, man. I like Kanye. I like Kanye as he was. I like the old shit. You know what I mean? I don't know. Donda was kind of good too. But, dude, I don't care about, what people say about them. Like, Like, why do people give a shit so much about celebrity
Dude,
ideas?
all it
Like,
does is
bro,
all it is publicity for them, dude. Anytime you talk about anyone, it's free publicity for them. Like look at Eminem. Like you like Eminem,
I
dude.
used to,
They,
bro. I
you,
stopped
oh
after
really?
the fucking the curtain call, after fucking
Oh,
encore.
oh
I've
man,
been done that long, bro. And then the rap god thing. It's like
yeah.
I don't like you anymore,
Oh,
man. I mean, when I
never
was
mind.
younger, I liked all his shit, bro. Like
Yeah,
I banged like his CDs were the kind that you could put on and listen beginning to end,
yeah.
and it'd be good shit. You know what I mean? Now it'd be like, it's just so weird. I guess he evolved with it, but dude, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
The old school Eminem, I like. New school,
But that's the, and you know, it's funny because you say that and you're like the old school, and it's like, do you ever look at your old stuff and you're like, you know, I had good stuff there? Because like sometimes I would look at my old stuff and I'd be like, oh man, that was like, I was new and it wasn't all that. But then I look and I'm like, there was actually good material there. I just hadn't like written it, you know, I didn't have the experience to write it correctly. So lately I've been going over old stuff, seeing if
old
I can
shit.
like enhance it a little bit, you know, because I've been doing like the same set now for like, you know, probably good 8 or 9 months, or you know, because ever since I did the one at the for our company Christmas party, like that one killed,
The
and I,
killed.
yeah, like the one about selling mattresses and all
Mm-hmm.
that, you know. So it's like, and it's done well, and but it's like, all right, I need to like either build on something or just come up with all new stuff because it's like I know that set works, but I can't just keep relying on that one set, you know. So
Yeah, so being that I started with comedy, I mean, with poetry, you know what I mean, and just writing has always been a thing for me, and words, you know what I mean, because you could play with them, use them, you know what I mean, like that's always been a thing for me, bro. And not only that, I've always like okay, so at church, you know what I mean, growing up, I was always like very good on stage, you know what I mean, like I don't get stage fright.
oh, you
Yeah.
performed at the church?
Oh yeah, I used to perform
Ah,
all the
so
time.
that's where you got your that's where you sharpen your
But it
teeth.
wasn't comedy. It was
Well,
like
obviously,
plays and shit like that,
yeah.
and
Excuse me.
little skits. You know what I mean? If I can do that, you know, I can do comedy. And comedy, bro, it's something that it really does change a lot for you. Like you
Oh
become more
man,
confident in talking.
it's changed the world for me, man. Like I'm telling you, I don't. If I didn't take that class 2 years ago, I don't even know where I'd be, what I'd be doing with my life. I
Smoking
could
crack, bro.
I would be
In the
probably
side
just
of the
working
road.
and smoking weed all day, and that's all I used to do. And now it's like now when I smoke weed though, I feel like you know I have my medical card or whatever, but like I feel like I do it now when I've like accomplished something, and I feel like all right, like today I freaking walked my dog 3 miles, I rode my bike 10 miles, and then I even swam some laps in my pool, and I didn't even smoke till after I ate lunch.
Didn't smoke
And
shit.
yeah, dude, and I'm telling you, that was like the best workout I had. But it was way better. All I needed was because I was so tired. All I needed was like a little weed after that, and I was
Weed,
good.
just a little bit.
Yeah, just a few hits, you know, inside. But otherwise, I could start my day by smoking like 3 bongs, and then I'd just be like a piece of shit all
Damn,
day.
bro.
So I been you know, just using it accordingly, according to the doctor.
I smoked not too long ago. I quit for 6 months.
That's great.
And then I started and I smoked again, bro. And like you know, I went to my boy who I thought he usually had like garbage shit. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And it turns out this motherfucker has some dang,
he
bro.
stepped
Listen,
up, huh?
I rolled up a blunt. I rolled up a blunt, and I hit that shit one time, bro. And like immediately, like the blunt disappeared. Okay,
Wow,
I don't know where the fucking blunt went. Then I couldn't fucking drive, bro. I'm doing fucking 25 on a 50 mile an hour. I'm thinking I'm freaking out, you know. Everybody behind me is a cop. Everybody in front of me is a cop. Cops are trying to get me, and then the GPS leads me to the motherfucking courthouse, bro.
Oh man,
I was
they
like,
know.
oh my god, my fucking GPS knows it wants to get me busted. Freaking La Bodega.
Man, dude, bodega.
You gotta talk about shit that happens in that day at that moment. When you get up there, and you're just gonna talk some comedy, you know, you're just gonna go through your comedy set like nothing. Like you're just gonna fucking press play on your shit. People notice that. People
Yeah.
notice that,
Mhm.
and they know that you're putting on a show for them. But
Is
they
it?
don't. They feel like they don't feel special. You understand?
Yeah.
They don't. They feel like they're hearing a spiel that they heard a
You know
hundred
what?
million times.
that happened to me actually, and I lost a ton of respect for Bob Saget. And I know he died and everything, but this was the thing, right? I'd watched him, I'd seen him doing stand up for a long time, and oh, get a little feedback here. I watched him do stand up for a long time, and I saw him do his thing on HBO.
HBO
His
Cinemax.
HBO special was fucking hilarious. Then I went and saw him live at the Improv in West Palm. This was like 24. This is like almost 10 years ago, and he did his exact same set that he did on HBO. He did and I'm telling you, even the crowd work he did was the exact same crowd work. He called on the same guy. The guy's name was Mike. Hey Mike. Da, 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 da. It was. Then he did this. He did this song about the dog licking his balls. He does on his guitar. Did the exact same thing. So it was and don't get me wrong, like, yeah, he's obviously he was a successful guy. He was a good comedian. But it was just like, dude, I've seen your shit. I came here because I figured, I've seen, shit. I wanted, I want to hear some jokes. I figured you have some new jokes, but then I've been having that realization too, because I actually ran into some friends today who live downtown, right, not far from here, and they were like, yeah, we're always hearing the same shit. You got some new jokes yet? And I'm like, wow. But you know what? It wasn't hurtful because, but it was actually kind of nice because it was like, they're listening to my shit. They're paying attention to my stuff. So that was cool. But it did also tell me, hey, man, you need to stop relying on that 5 minutes, and you need to, like, expand on what you had, work on what you had before. Yeah, I mean, it's just constantly developing, dude. It never stops. It's like a golf, like I played golf since I was a kid, and my golf game is always developing, is always changing, is always getting better. And I feel like that's one thing I like about comedy, is I kind of see it like golf, where you can do it your whole life. You can you can do it by yourself. You can do it with friends. You can work with people. You can work on your own stuff.
You can do it by yourself. You can do it with friends. What are we talking about? Jerking off?
Oh shit! No, man. I'm talking about writing and coming up with ideas.
Oh no, golf.
Shit.
That's
I'm talking about golf. How you can practice golf yourself, or you can practice with your friends.
Yeah,
same thing with
I
writing.
practice by myself most
yeah,
of the time.
you practice. Oh man.
Yo, but golf, man, I like golf, bro. But I got addicted to it by playing Tiger Woods on PlayStation.
I love that game, man.
Oh, dude.
I love that game.
That was my favorite game, bro.
Yeah, man.
And then I played that shit for a long time, and then one day we were like, you know what? Let's go out there, bro, and just whack that ball. And it turns out it's not about really like how hard you swing, but it's like how well you swing.
It's about having a nice swing.
Yeah, it's like when it hits the ball, it's like about that ding, like, you know what I mean? That
dude, and that's the thing, man. Like you gotta understand the momentum. Like the club, you let the club do the work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
that's it.
You know, these guys want to get up there, and that's how I was for years. I wanted to get, and every now
Happy
and then,
Gilmore.
Yeah, I'd get a good drive and I would hit it well, but it was 1 out of 100 or 1 out of 20. Where now I can get up there and like 4 out of 5 times I can hit it straight, and it might not go super far, but it goes straight. Gives me a good setup for the next shot.
Right.
But here we are talking about golf, and we're comedians. Like, our golf game is a joke, right? I mean, it's a fucking joke.
My golf game is definitely a joke, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I get out. I've even talked about it in my comedy. I'm not a good golfer. I just go out there. I like spending time with my friends. If I can spend 3-4 hours playing outside, hanging out with my buds. Yeah, I got 2 guys I golf with. Both are from Canada originally. My one friend.
2 Canadians?
One guy I know from Illinois, but he's originally from Canada. And then the other guy I know is a French Canadian.
Oh, no, I'm joking.
No, you know what, man? He's like the only one I like. His name's Ben. And that's why, his name's Ben. Yeah, he's a Ben Wall.
Damn.
Yeah, but, yeah, man. Golf is just, like I said, it's like comedy. Comedy, I see myself doing it for the rest of my life. I don't see myself quitting anytime soon.
Comedy, yeah, man, I hope to go take it places, man. It's just that, I'm still me.
Yeah?
I'm not, someone who's a superstar or anything like that. I'm still learning. I'm still talking about, look, I just thought about freaking merch, you know what I mean? Like instead of buying other people's shit, you know what I mean? I do my own merch, I've had some ideas, some funny ideas too, bro. Like I was telling you about that fake cocaine.
Yeah, dude. You should have your own brand.
Yeah.
Your own brand of fake coke.
Yeah, dude.
Carlos Coke.
And fucking straight up, just have a little sticker on it that says cocaine.
Right.
From Carlos. You know, and then the cop's gonna come bust me one day.
Yeah, right.
What is this? Oh, it's
Dude.
not cocaine. I'm sorry, sir. And
Yeah, they busted some guy with powdered donuts, and dude, this is a real story. He had powdered donuts, and he had powder all over him, and the cop pulled him over, and he's like, "This is cocaine," and the guy's like, "It's fucking donuts." They arrested the guy, and then they fucking went through and they tested the shit, and then I think he ended up suing him or something.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like, how ridiculous, man! Like, oh yeah, I just spilled cocaine, dude. Who would spill that much cocaine on themselves, dude? What a waste of money, you know, like.
I think he looked like a cokehead.
Probably, dude. He probably had had donut just powdered sugar all over his nose and like lips and shit, dude.
yeah, fucking guy, yeah.
Oh man.
Hey, bro, but you know, and making fun of old shit, making fun of new shit, shit that you've seen on TV. What's it called? The guy, the people who died in the sub. What's your joke?
Oh, my joke? Oh, 5 billionaires under the sea. Instead of 20 instead of 20 leagues under the sea, is 5 billionaires under the sea.
Right. Mine was like, what is it, like 250K?
I saw that. I saw that on your social, man.
Damn, I wonder how much for a round trip. You know what I mean? Like, that's my joke. Everybody's gonna have a fucking joke lately about that. And you know what? One time, for a minute there, I had like a little panic attack. What it would be like, bro, to die down there. You put yourself in their feet.
Dude, and think about this, dude. And you're there with those people, and you're primal fucking. You're gonna survive, and you've got like 4 other fucking people. Like, well, I mean, what's going on? Like, what are these people doing?
Just that shit collapsing.
You're in a tube.
You.
You're in a tube that's the size of a hot tub, or I don't even know how to explain it. It's not that big, but like then they went down there.
I hope it was quick.
Oh, dude, I know. Can you imagine if it was a tiny little leak and it's just slowly pouring in, just pouring in?
Bro.
Oh my god, it'd be like Chinese water torture or something.
And they got no communication, so it just sank.
Just sank it, man. Well, now there's theories, right? So there's some theories about this. Some say
already.
Some say Megalodon ate it. You know Megalodon, the big
Megalodon
shark. Some say Megalodon ate it. Others say that they were actually going through the Titanic and they got stuck inside of like a hull or something or some sort of thing on the actual vessel.
Right.
And then other ones are saying that they just the sub didn't hold up like it was supposed to. They just stood structurally away.
Yeah,
dude, they used a fucking a Logitech
every one
controller.
of those settings suck.
Oh yeah, dude. And then, did you see the remote?
I don't blame that on the remote. You know why? Because what's the coolest thing, bro? Like to be able to control it with a fucking remote, bro. Do you play video games?
No, I mean, on my phone, but I don't really play like that.
I play video games, and a lot of fucking cool shit is done in video games. We used to, as a society, a lot of us are used to fucking, right? What do you want? To have a wheel? You know what I mean? Like it's under the ocean.
You're like sitting there like you're taking like 5 billionaires to the Titanic.
I don't hate him for it, because if you think about the format, you know what I mean? It's like a computer program, you know what I mean? And then you move your thing, left, down, right, you know what I mean? Like, it would be simple, even a kid to fucking do it, you know? So I don't give him shit for it being a controller. I wish it was a PlayStation controller instead
of an Xbox controller.
I hate that thing. That thing was fucking stupid, bro.
Oh man, damn.
That's the only thing that bothers me, bro. But yeah, exactly. What do you expect them to have? Fucking like a wheel, or fucking what's that called? What do you call with the boat? Fucking fucking Peter Pan. Fucking
a sail.
Yeah. Yeah, the wheel of a sail.
Oh yeah, the fucking.
I forgot the name of that, but it's got a name.
The steering wheel.
No.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
The captain's fucking forge or something. Ford? No, I don't know.
Well, we're almost at an hour, man. I think.
What, you want to let go now? You don't care? You want to leave me now? We lost the blonde.
Lost a blunt. It's got to be somewhere.
This guy, bro. See, 2 stoners.
Maybe I put it in my bag.
What kind of bag? Like a fat bag?
No, I put it in my. I might put it in my bag.
Is there cocaine in
my
this
studio bag? A cocaine bag. But it's like this big.
Oh man, look at this face. Look, I got it for radio, bro. My mother knew.
You got face radio, man. We both do.
So, welcome to the show. It was
yes,
great.
Yes, thanks for coming, man. It was a good
Yeah.
show. See you
Shakalaka
next
ding
time.
dong.
Probably have you on again soon. I think you did. We had a good talk, man. And until next time, man, that's Palm Beach.